This is Ham Radio 101. CQ, Whiskey X-Ray 0, Mike Jimmy Kilo, calling CQ. 73 to you, this is WX0MIK. Hello and welcome to Ham Radio 101. My name is Mike and my call sign is WX0MIK. Today we are going to go through my truck. I finally got it done. I know I've been teasing you on the podcast about it, and today is the day. So let's go take a look. Okay, so let's go through this truck install. Let's kind of go through all the different various parts. First of all, I don't know if you want to upgrade it, call it upgrade or downgrade, but I changed my AM/FM radio antenna because the factory one did not fit inside my in the ramp where I normally park for work. Back in the days when I actually parked in a ramp. So let's start out with power. So when I first opened this up, I seen something pretty interesting. I have a place for a second battery. The original battery was over here. Open this up, and here there's a fuse block. Sorry I didn't get a picture of that when I have a picture. I'll insert here if I can find it, of what that fuse block looks like. And then back here is where I tied in my wire. I'm using 8 gauge wire, I believe it is. I ran 2 sets. The second set you can see tucked away back in here. That is for future growth, for the lack of a better term. And so I fashioned that and wrapped that all the way around. The only thing I haven't added yet is some fuses, which I will be adding here sometime soon. So in this particular truck, I had a really easy access point to get wires and everything through. There's a little knob that was here. Sorry, it's kind of hidden at this point, but you kind of cut into that knob and you can push your wire through right there. It was a pretty easy push. Future expansion here, I may do a deep cycle battery, run all the radios and accessories off of this, and then just have the truck charge it up as that goes. So I'm going to continue on with the wire pull first. So in my particular truck, it's going to be very, very hard to see, but there's this box right here. The wires came from behind there. So I pulled them out. I ran them in here, ran them underneath here. This is the kind of your footstool thing. And then I ran them all the way back through here, and you can actually see the wires all in there. My install is completely underneath here. I'm running, so the most notable thing is I'm using this MFJ distribution block. All the models and stuff I will put in the show notes on this episode, so you can go find them, where to buy them and all that stuff. So I'm using this. It's a 40 amp distribution block. So I'm running my radio off of that. It's a TYT TH7800. I'm running that off of there, and then I also have various lights. You see them at the intro video, just showing them blinking. So everything plugs into there. I have plenty of power for just about anything I want to throw at it. It's still a little bit of a mess here. I just finished up installing my regular antenna, so that I don't have to clean up that yet. Previously, I was running this mag mount here. That's just a Naganoya Amazon special antenna. Worked great for the last year. My Expedite, I can't remember the brand, again, in the show notes. I'll probably add a note on here as well. So this is the light I got. It plugs in just with a cigarette lighter plug, which you'll see right here. It has different blink patterns. You can change what you want. It's kind of fun. So that is the inside install of the truck. So the tips I can give you for installing into your vehicle is look at the audio guides. You know, take your year model of your vehicle, and then look up like amp installs or things like that. Your audio, I started looking at like amateur radio and stuff, and I could not find anything. Come to find out, you look for audio stuff, and there are all sorts of tips all over the internet on that. So I found out for this particular vehicle, they're about that knob and how to run the wires through. I watched them pull wires for the amp. I was like, oh, this is super easy. In fact, I got so good at it, the antenna, which I'll show you in a minute, I just pull that right through in about, I don't know, 15 minutes over a lunch hour, and ran that all the way back. That doesn't count soldering the tip on, but that is what happened there. Antenna, I got a vehicle specific fender mount. So you can see it here, it's mounted, this is one of the bolts that holds on the hood. You just pull that up, you put this thing on, you keep it nice and tight. They recommend checking continuity on it, so I tested from here to a metal point like on the engine or something like that, I think it was, and I had full continuity, so I knew it was well grounded with that. And then this is a diamond antenna. I think it's like a 680, or I forgot the numbers. I'll show you here, and then there'll also be a link to it in the show notes. This is a 27-inch antenna, half wave. And I did that because I wanted to, well, I need to fit my ramp. I haven't tested it yet, but I think I'm really dang close to, I may brush the top tip, I'm not sure yet. So we'll find out as we go, or when I get there, because, you know, I don't work in the office right now. So the speaker is plugged in back here, wherever that is, up in here somewhere. And I use, because the speaker itself does not, the cord wasn't long enough, I used these connectors here, and hindsight I could have used Anderson power poles as well, wouldn't really matter, to bring that, again, through here, all the way up to the front of the vehicle here. So it comes up, you know, again, where all the wires are. And then I kind of push it in all the way along in here. And then the speaker, I mounted right here. Not really mount. I'm using those 3M strips. It's probably hard to see down there, but they're the Velcro ones. Works pretty good, low vibration. I may come up with a better plan down the road. That's what I did for right now. The radio then is mounted here. I like to have complete vision of the road and my devices when I'm driving. So you'll see here, this is where my phone goes, and then the radio goes here. So the radio is always sitting here. You know, it's in your sight line. You can quick glance down if you want to see what station you're pinging or you're listening to at the time, or if you need to change it. This particular one also has the on the head as well, but usually I'm just looking right here. I don't usually adjust it much. Usually I'm scanning, so you know, don't think that's I do that, adjust stations all the time. And then for now, I hung my speaker mic over the antenna. Not the best ideal place. That's the last piece I'm debating. Because of right now, there's only one hole, if you want to call it that, in the truck, and that is the hole I made in that grommet I showed you earlier, through the firewall into the main truck. That's the only hole at this point. So far I've tried to avoid drilling any holes, and been successful so far. The only, you know, I'm trying to figure out this the mic and see what I can use to mount that somewhere. I haven't come up with anything quite yet. I did see someone, it looked like it was mounted to their vent. I'm thinking about that, but I haven't done any research on that yet. So that's the last piece of the puzzle, if you want to call it that, for the radio install. So now let's show you where the control head cable is run. That's not quite as elegant as some of the other things I have run, but I also didn't try to go get a longer cable for that at this point. So obviously you can kind of see it here, and then I tucked it in kind of down in through here, and then it's kind of run down into down here where I tucked it in underneath the center console. If we come back to the back side here, so you can see just a tiny bit sticking out here. Obviously got to tighten that up a little bit. And then running it underneath this mat. It's just easy. It's flat, so you're not worried about someone rolling over it and destroying it very much. And I don't have 3 kids, so there's not going to be much weight on there. And then of course it goes back up onto the radio, which you have seen multiple times. So I think that wraps up the install. Here, let's put this right here. There we go. So that should wrap up the install, showing you how I did it. I may have already put that in here, but I'll just reiterate that. Look for audio install. See how people run amps into their vehicles. Just look for the make and model and the year, and look for amps. That's probably going to be your easiest way to do that. Sorry, I don't have any good high quality audio stuff right now. I'm just getting started here. I'll probably figure out a way to get some better audio into maybe even better camera, but right now I'm just using my phone. It works. The vehicle itself, I really liked. They jacked it up a little, just slightly. It's about the same height as a 3/4 ton pickup, maybe even 1 ton. Put airbags on it at one time. Bonus for me for pulling a camper. But those things, I didn't realize it when I bought that. I was just looking for something that was comfortable, kind of had 4-wheel drive and some of the features I need. I mean, I live in Minnesota. I need 4-wheel drive with a pickup truck. And I need something to pull a camper, which you can see right there. There's my camper. So future expansion, I will probably replace remove the rails, and then probably put in 1 or 2 fender mounts. One radio I want to add is a CB for longer trips, road trips, because I mean it's still pretty universal. It sounds like for you truckers, not all of them, but quite a few of them still have CB to talk to each other and stuff on the road. Road hazards or whatever. Shooting the bull maybe. But that's good to have for safety, extra communications and so on. The other one I might put in like a 5/8 wave or some high gain UHF, VHF antenna, or even more like a broadband type thing for like a GMRS radio. I don't know. That's to be determined down the road. The mag mount I will be using for my HTs that I have, and then also put them on like my wife's vehicle or my daughter's vehicle if we use it for something like that. Just add some flexibility with the little 5-watt radio. And maybe down the road I kind of want to get like a 25-watt job that you can plug into like a cigarette lighter. That'd be great for those kind of things. Sorry, I'm just looking to make sure that the fire is good down there yet. So yeah, that is kind of the truck. If you have any questions, please let me know. I can try and answer them. I'm not by any means an expert. This is just what I did within my own vehicle. My previous truck, I didn't even go through the firewall. I just kind of ran a cord and it worked, but it was not necessarily ideal. So that is what I did there, and just ran the antenna cord right through the truck door. So that was not anything special. when I got a new vehicle, that was my goal, was to make it look nice. And you know, short of like that cable I showed you, if you didn't know what you're looking for, you won't see any cables or anything like that. So that was kind of my ultimate goal. I kind of want to get like a back rack maybe, or something I can put maybe something on up higher on the roof line. That is one thing I want to do. But again, height is important for me because I park in a ramp that's 6'8". I have about 3, maybe 4 inches of clearance right now. I haven't really measured it, but so clearance is extremely important when I do anything in this vehicle. So, and anything higher than that light, I probably can't do. So that is kind of the goal. Like, as long as I don't have to take it apart when I go on the ramp, perfect. I think that's it. I think that's all I need to show you today. My suggestion is when you're installing it, take time. Yeah, I jumped in almost immediately, but I kind of easily seen where to run power lines. So that was the first thing I did. The second thing I did was figure out where to put the radio. You know, and I planned that out. I was wishy-washy in the antenna for the longest time. I did finally, you know, go with that mount, that fender mount antenna. You know, take your time. Don't be afraid to take it in small steps. Mag mode on, you know, on the roof. You know, they can scratch you. This has a nice rubber foot, so it doesn't seem to scratch it, although it has these nice dirt rings, because I live on gravel road. In case you didn't see it in all the other videos. I drive about a mile of gravel every day, so my truck doesn't stay clean very often. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed watching it. Please subscribe, and then you can find all my other Ham Radio 101 videos. I plan on doing more. Yeah, I've been doing this for about 2 years now, so I really wanted to kind of learn together. I still will do that. I just haven't had time or taken the time to create some of the various videos I want to do. I want to try and cover FT8 a little more. You know, it's just all around, do some HF radio. Maybe do some mobile radio, I guess. VHF, UHF type radio. Some POTA activations down the road. I will definitely record like my first one I do of that. You know, anything else I do down the road. I want to kind of learn together. No, I will make mistakes, and I will eventually correct them. You know, if I learn, no, this isn't right, next video I'll probably explain why it is right. But if I'm giving you nice information, please comment down below. Leave a comment, and let me know what if you have other ideas of things that we should learn together. I do have an HF antenna up already, but I am going to make a new transformer, so we can do that together. The wire I'm going to reroute here hopefully this fall before it snows. Trying to get up a little higher in the tree. I'm having some issues trying to reach out too far in some cases, so I can do a walkthrough of my setup right now too as well, just so you can kind of see what else you can do with very limited space. I live out in the country. I have almost a full acre myself, and then my dad owns property right next to me. He doesn't have a house there, it's just a shed. So I got almost 2 acres to play with of area, mostly big mature trees. So I can get things up high, and I can do several fun things. I'm almost tempted to make a receiving antenna along the bush line at some point. So we can walk through all that as well. That's all I have for today. Thank you everyone for watching, and probably see you next time. Remember, just subscribe, hit the bell. You'll find out when that next time is. 73. This is WX0MIK. So an update a few days later here. I finally took my vehicle to work and drove through the ramp, and it's perfect. Maybe an inch clearance. Obviously angles and stuff, it's really hard to tell, but it's good. Nothing hit in the ramp today, so I am extremely happy at this point that everything's working out the way I want it to.